All right, introductory algebra homework 38. We are solving rational equations that simplify to a linear equation. A rational equation means it has a fraction in it. And anytime we have a fraction in an equation, usually the first step is to get rid of my fraction by multiplying by my common denominator. In this case, the only denominator I have is 8x, but I have to multiply every term by that common denominator. So I'm going to multiply by 8x here, by 8x here, and by 8x there. So 8x times 5 would give me 40x equals, here with my fraction, I'm going to be able to cancel that out of there. So I'm just going to get the numerator, 3, plus 8 times 8x would be 64x. So now I have my regular linear equation, which means it doesn't have any more fractions in it. I need to solve it for x. Normally I like to put my x's over here on the left side, my numbers on the right, so I'm going to go ahead and subtract my 64x. 40 minus 64 would give me negative 24x equals, here I've just got my 3 left. Then of course the last thing I have to do is get rid of my coefficient. I get rid of the negative 24 in front of my x by dividing. So I'm going to divide by my negative 24 and simplify my answer. The negative is going to go out in the front because I have a positive over a negative, which is a negative. I can reduce. 3 goes into here once and into here 8 times. So negative 1/8 would be my answer in simplified form. Number 2, same kind of thing. I have 11 over x equals 24 over x minus 16. First thing I want to do is get rid of my fractions. I want to do that by multiplying by my common denominator. Since both of these have a denominator of x, x is going to be my common denominator. So I'm going to multiply every term times x. Here on my fraction I can cancel the x out, so I just get the 11. Here on my fraction, I can cancel the x out. I just get the 24. Here I don't have a fraction to cancel, so I'm taking negative 16 times x, so I get minus 16x. On this one, I'm going to move my number over here. Since I don't have a variable on the left side, I could move the 16 over and then the 11 over and do 2 steps, but it's a little shorter if I just move my number over. So I'm going to minus my 24. 11 minus 24 would be negative 13 equals my negative 16x. Then again, I've got to solve that. I've got to divide by my coefficient, which is the one in front of the x. So I'm going to divide by my negative 16. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. I can't reduce the 13/16, and so x is equal to positive 13/16. Number 3, same kind of thing. I've got a rational equation, which means there's fractions. I want to get rid of the fraction. This time I have a denominator which is y and a denominator which is 2. Just like if I had a 2 and a 3, I'd say 2 times 3 is 6. Here I have to say y times 2 is 2y. So I'm going to multiply every term by 2y. So here I don't have a fraction. 2y times 4 is 8y. Here I'm only going to cancel the y out of there. The y's cancel out. I'm going to have 2 times 6. Trying to write my plus sign down twice. I'm going to erase half my stuff. So plus 2 times 6, which is 12, equals over here. My 2's are going to cancel out, so I'm going to get 5y. So 8y plus 12 equals 5y. Again, on this one, I'm going to move my variable over here since I don't have numbers on both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract my 8y to move that to the other side. 12 is going to equal negative 3y, 5 minus 8. And then, of course, I have to divide by my coefficient. A positive divided by a negative is a negative. So negative 4 would be equal to y.